We didn't set a real specific medal target. We're always trying to improve on our previous performance, but we knew that our athlete pool was pretty shallow compared to previous games coming into Milan Cortina. So that was certainly a concern for us, and we've seen that materialize here in Milan Cortina when we've had an injury to 2 or 3 athletes and don't have another athlete ready to kind of fill that gap. And so a shallow athlete pool has a significant impact on our overall medal performance. On the Podium's job is to provide an investment recommendation on behalf of the funding partners. So in the Olympic Games, there's 2 primary funding partners. The largest one is the Government of Canada through Sport Canada. And the Canadian Olympic Committee invests a significant amount of money in collaboration with the Canadian Olympic Foundation. So in both of those instances, we provide a funding recommendation for the partners to consider. And that funding recommendation is based on an analysis of those sports in which there are athletes and teams with evidence of medal potentials. It's becoming increasingly challenging, though, because it's a bit of a double-edged sword. There are more sports with evidence of medal potential in both the Summer and Winter Olympic Games, and so the funding envelope hasn't changed. And so we're having to spread the funding recommendations broader across more sports, and so that's a real challenge. Anytime that you have a home games, there's an increase in investment in infrastructure, in coaches, and athlete support, and we saw that in 2010. We haven't seen that in Canada since 2010. So not being able to host major games in Canada has been a significant risk for us as a nation. We have not been able to invest significantly in infrastructure. We're in tough in trying to attract the quality of coaches and retain some of our top coaches because there's not significant enough resources for us to be able to do that. Athletes are having to pay more fees in order for them to be able to fully commit to the high performance program of their national sport organizations. So all those things add up. Certainly there's been stories this week here in Milan Cortina of the prize money that's awarded to some athletes. Canada does really well in terms of acknowledging the performance of the athletes, but we're in tough against some of those top nations that are really investing much more resources than what Canada is able to do at this point.